We have details to this story.
3, 2, 1.
The First Lady's 77th birthday was marked not just as a celebration of age, but a reflection of legacy.
77 represents a double completion. May this celebration mark the start of perfecting the work that you began to do in this nation and beyond.
But we want to thank God that He has given you going beyond that 70 years.
Held at Mijera Uweso Secondary School, the Thanksgiving event brought together family, clergy, leaders and youth to honor Mama Janet. President Museveni described her as resilient and prayerful. The couple planted a commemorative tree before attending a Thanksgiving service led by their daughter, Pastor Patience Erawogo.
Looks to her for nurturing, love, guidance, direction, compassion, and servant leadership. Wherever Mama goes, God goes with her, and thus transformation follows her. When Mama started Uweso with no external funding or support, God used her and the Uweso leadership to raise a generation of orphans into responsible and productive citizens who now have stable families of their own.
President Museveni recalled their life in exile and praised her parenting and leadership.
That especially between 1981 and 1986, she was able to be a single parent to the children in Nairobi, in Sweden. When I was completely absent. 71, 79, I was with her. Although I would go on and come back, but at least I was around and I was providing for the family.
She was a magnificent single parent, prayerful, not corrupt. He commended her legacy in education, Karamoja and sports. She may not run 100 meters, but under her, Uganda has collected more medals. Mama Janet launched a national fight against corruption, likening it to AIDS, acquired integrity deficiency syndrome.
Today I want us to remember that we are launching a new war against corruption with confidence. I believed that we could trust the young Ugandans, the youth of this wonderful homeland that God has given to us, that if they stretch out their hands and hold each other and talk about fighting corruption in Uganda, like we said no to HIV and AIDS, we may stop corruption in its tracks as we did with HIV and AIDS.
The Deputy Speaker Tayewa hailed her as a pillar of prayer and mentorship.
I've not seen anyone committed to praying for this nation as you do. And we all can only thank the Lord for that. Then for looking after our mzee with the Bazukuru.
I'm Nafka Farida.
The National Resistance Movement Electoral Commission has closed nomination for parliamentary and district chairperson positions. On the final day, several party members, including ministers, were nominated.
Ministers Fred Byamukama, Chris Baryomunsi and Godfrey Chiwanda Subi, aspiring for Central Executive Committee position of the party, were among those selected by the committee. Byamukama was confident that he hasn't received any opposition on the party card.
One, we have done a lot with Sport of Gangai's West. I entered in as an MP at a very low age, and at the same time I was appointed as a minister. It's not easy to get something which you're not expecting. Sometimes it excites us. But now I've worked a lot for my people. There are those things we have got from government service delivery.
They allocated 1.3 billion every year for construction of roads. You go to Kwania, you would cry.
roads that lead from, say, like Aduku through Nambieso to Owiny, you cannot pass there. It has been crossed by water. And yet this is a road which was allocated to government under what you call, I think, the Uganda Road.
With the nomination process complete, party members look forward to the party elections.
Okay. As much as our president has put up socio-economic transformation for us from the grassroots down, he needs us to help him. And how do we help him? As the youth. So we get into the structures and develop from the grassroots.
So the structure is already there, but they are not being utilized, and there are very many, and the president needs to know them.
The nominees of the final day applauded the Electoral Commission for the smooth process from the picking of nomination forms to the nomination.
To express my gratitude to the NRM Secretariat for having nominated me to stand in that position.
We have so far done a lot of activities in the 11th Parliament concerning workers in all angles, legislation and representations.
They called upon all party members to work for the betterment of the party.
County. So first of all, I want to thank God for enabling me to go through this process. Yes, I've been nominated. Now I'm very happy.
And my coming is to come and rectify a number of things.
I've seen government programs have come, yes, like UWEP, parish model, but I've not seen anyone coming up to follow up and see what is the end result of this. We end at the point of giving women money as a government program under NRM, but we have not gone ahead to empower these women.
Dr. Chris Baryomunsi and Chiwanda Subi, who have been nominated for Central Executive Committee positions, had a desire to raise key issues.
Our aim and desire is to see that we realize great improvement in the quality of life of Ugandans. And therefore you need seasoned, competent and capable leaders at the level of SEC.
So what we want to do is to bridge that gap between SEC and the grassroots. I want to provide a bridge between the grassroots and SEC. And I believe that I can be able to bridge that gap.
Tested track record in leadership of our country, which is tried for the people, by the people, and voted in for the people who have put us into power.
The nomination process for Central Executive Committee positions will commence July 1st. Story by Joseph Muyingo for UBC.
Now, the NRM Electoral Commission chairperson, Dr. Tanga Udoi, has advised all those who would wish to contest on the position of party chairperson that the Electoral Commission will close receiving all candidates with the interest on Friday, the 4th of July. He was closing receiving forms of those intending to contest in the party primaries on the positions of MPs and LCs ahead of the 2026 general elections. As the commission closed, Brighton Chiwanuka stormed the party's Electoral Commission offices with his papers to contest for the party chairperson position. However, he was not nominated following the absence of the nomination papers. According to Dr. Tanga Udoi, the process has moved smoothly, although there were some challenges.
On behalf of the NRM Electoral Commission and the NRM Party, we wish to thank all stakeholders, all NRM stakeholders, starting with His Excellency the President and Chairman of NRM, President Yoweri Museveni, for showing keen interest in the activities of the party.
Did not communicate anything that the position or the forms are not there for those two posts, because I know when you talk about SEC, the head of SEC is national chairman. But they told me to come back. I've given them a benefit of doubt, and I'm going to be here because on Friday you cannot pay 20 million shilling when you are joking. I wanted a position, and I'm going to support him as president. I'm here. Everything I have, the documents. I went to school. My position is that I'm giving them a benefit of doubt.
That all those who want to aspire for two positions presidential flag bearer or chairman NRM, chairman of the party, the forms will be available on Friday by midday. We are not blocking anybody, but as the chair of the commission, I know the processes. You are going to have those forms on Friday.
I have a tested track record in leadership of our country, which is tried for the people, by the people, and voted in. And in that spirit, I've brought in the experience of this national leadership into the first national vice, NRM. I'm going to deputize the party chair.
I am ready to stand. I know my people will believe in me. We've had it all. We've had massive corruption. I've been a representative of workers and I've done it. And I want to do it for my district.
In the last election, NRM lost 2 flags for members of parliament. And this was because of lack of mobilization. So I want to use this position to mobilize the workers of the NRM, for the workers to be considered, for the workers to be empowered and to fight for the rights of workers.
Police have called upon victims of the yellow t-shirt wearing gangs to report to the nearest police stations and record statements. Police spokesman SCP Chituma Rusoke says that at least 30 suspects have already been arrested.
The Kampala Metropolitan Police have launched investigations into the events of Saturday, June 28th of 2025, after gangs wearing yellow t-shirts attacked people in Nakasero, near the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, the National Theatre, and around Parliament. The gangs looted and assaulted everyone found on the streets.
It raised the concern of some rowdy youths who did the usual thing we condemn, called a gali. They robbed the people.
These unruly gangs are believed to have been mobilized in support of the NRM party as their candidate was picking nomination forms.
Maybe even just to add, we are still looking for more. We shall use all our anti-crime infrastructure to ensure that we bring them to book.
Police are committed to using street surveillance cameras and other investigative tools to identify the suspects, even without cooperation from the NRM.
For instance, some of these suspects, our crime infrastructure captured them. That is CCTV. They were captured committing offenses. So sometimes we may not need necessarily to go to NRM for any further clarification.
Police confirm the arrest of 30 suspects and are urging all victims to report to nearby police stations to make official statements.
Information, we got it. We managed to take action. And by yesterday we had arrested 21, and Luke is informing me that actually as we speak now we already have 30 in custody.
However, police have clarified that the murder by stabbing of a mobile money agent on Buma Road is unrelated to these gang incidents. The victim, Nakiworo Sophia, was killed on the same day, but the events are not connected.
2 incidents are not linked at all. I don't want us to mistake that these 2 incidents are linked. We are investigating. What we know is that while she was in her shop, number K618 along Kuruma, some assailants who are yet to be identified attacked her inside her shop, locked her inside the shop, and I think demanded for money. There was a scuffle. She was stabbed several times.
This clarification comes in response to widespread misinformation linking the yellow t-shirt gangs to the murder. Investigation into Nachiworo's death are ongoing and no arrests have been made in that case. Abdul Nasser Lubwama and Regan Ahumza for UBC.
The Bunoro Kitara International Convention UK has ended after 3 days of cultural celebration and investment discussions. The event at Grand Sapphire Banquet Hotel in Croydon that started from June 27th to the 29th converged Bunoro diaspora on the theme Sharing Our History, Heritage, Culture and Exploring Investment Opportunities in Bunoro Kitara.
Bunoro Diaspora Gathering was to reconnect with cultural roots, to discuss investment prospects in Bunoro Kingdom. Delegates from around the world celebrated heritage to promote unity. The event featured cultural exhibitions, keynote addresses, and recognitions of humanitarian contributions. Balam Barugahare represented President Museveni and Uganda's Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development. He delivered a powerful keynote. He emphasized the need to protect land in the kingdom and warned against illegal land sales, particularly around sensitive areas such as impenetrable forest.
To return all kingdom properties. During a meeting the President held recently with the Bunoro Kitara Kingdom and the royal family, he pledged that all kingdom assets will be returned. It is on this very note I want to warn the people who are selling our land fraudulently, both in the royal family and in Obukama, to stop. PS, your officers in your ministry are facilitating people to make titles on Budongo Forest. So far they have made 7 square miles off Budongo Forest. And that is a gazetted area. PS, you need to protect our kingdom land.
Balam commended Uganda's ambassador to the UK, Her Excellency Mandivan Nimisha, and urged members to utilize investment opportunities.
Here we have business opportunities. And once we open the opportunities and we invest home, the young people I lead as their minister will get jobs. So midwife and nurse, if you could start a good pediatric or any other clinic or a good hospital, it is profitable, both as missionaries or as an NGO, but also as a business. We are spending quite a lot of money treating people here in London, India and China and all these other countries. And yet you are good people here who can start that business. If you can come to Uganda and invest, the president will give you free land. Come and start a hospital.
And I'm happy to introduce him because he's a youth himself, but on top of that, he hails from Bunoro. And he has, since he came in, he has done a lot of things for the youth.
Chinese children in the UK, my backwards and forwards. 8 years ago, I met this gentleman who is taking the photograph now in Masindi, and he was doing amazing work, so we went back to the UK to found a charity to support his work. We have been fundraising for Chinese Children's Foundation since that time.
The convention is a platform for cultural preservation, community building, and economic development.
The Byawindi community in Kasese district have opposed leaving the resident district commissioner's office until government addresses their concerns. It has been a month since the Byawindi joined other groups demanding resettlement.
The chairperson for Byawindi community, Mijumbi Wilson, has told UBC TV that they have lived a homeless life since 1952 when government gazetted Queen Elizabeth National Park, leaving many without land for shelter or farming.
We are here because we are not happy the way government has handled our problem. In 1952, our parents were chased away from the Queen Elizabeth National Park when they were creating it. When we took refuge in the footmarks of Rwenzori, after 12 years, Rwenzori also came and invaded us, killed our people, grabbed our property, grabbed our land.
They have called on government to arrange resettlement as pledged by the head of state.
We went and accused the government in the Equal Opportunities Commission. The Equal Opportunities Commission made a decision in favor of the Byawindi and said government should settle the Byawindi as it did for the Basongora.
Other Byawindi members expressed concern over challenges including poor health, hygiene and political exclusion.
The people that had intended to stand for Member of Parliament seat in Bukonzo County East
And because of other challenges and discrimination and marginalization, a team of my contenders failed me.
Our dissatisfaction against the state-inspired marginalization of our community. As you have heard very many other people who have spoken about this subject, we are here to fight for our land rights as the Byawindi community.
Responding, Kasese RDC, Lieutenant Joy Walsimbi urged the community to remain peaceful.
Request them just to be patient. This is a process. If they say that the president gave them land, it is a process. He will not tell them, he didn't tell them lies. He will, but it needs patience, not forcing things to happen.
Buganda Road Chief Magistrate's Court has released the former CID spokesperson Charles Twine on a cash bail of $5 million and ordered him to deposit his passport to court. However, court declined to release his co-accused Noah Mitala, also known as Noah Mutwe, on bail for failure to present substantial sureties to court.
The former CID spokesperson, Detective Assistant Superintendent of Police Charles Twine, and co-accused Noah Mitala, alias Noah Mutwe, have once appeared at Buganda Road Chief Magistrate's Court to hear the ruling in their bail application. The Chief Magistrate Ronald Kaizi granted the former CID spokesperson Charles Twine a cash bail of 5 million Ugandan shillings.
He also presents his national identity card. He has been on remand for 1 month and 7 days. I believe that he has fulfilled all the conditions for grant of bail and release him on bail the following conditions. 1. He still execute a cash bond of 5 million. 2. Each of his responsibility shall execute a non-cash bond of 50 million, not cash. 3. Is to deposit his passport in court and has not leave the country without leave of the court. I now move to A2 Noah Mutwe Mitala alias.
Court, however, did not release Noah Mitala alias Noah Mutwe on bail for failure to present substantial sureties to court, but advised him to present substantial sureties to release him on bail.
Together with Kavageni Kate, Tshirt number 1, being residence of the same council was not disputed. This court therefore finds that the said accused person has a fixed place of abode in Bukemba Kizaula Cell, Kasangati, Town Council in Oxford District. I now move to his sureties. Ms. Kalaganyi Kate is a teacher at Mount St. Mary's College in Amagunga. She is a civil servant with a permanent residence in Bukemba. She's aware that they are disclosed the names of the birth certificate. I believe that she can be traced if this accused person is absconded, and then find us substantial respect of relationship.
Among the sureties for Charles Twine included Alexa Twaire Bajenzire, lecturer at Victoria University, Kate Bagenjenyi, a teacher at Namagunga Girls, and James Mugisha, Commissioner Compliance. At the Equal Opportunities Commission, Detective ASP Charles Twine Masio and co-accused Noah Mitala are facing 8 offences, including incitement to violence, hate speech, and the alternative count of malicious information. Prosecution alleges that Twine incited Noah Mitala to attack and cause the death of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and his son General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Prosecution also alleges that Twine sent and shared information allegations against the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, which information is likely to promote hostility against the Speaker of Parliament. These offences were allegedly committed between January 2024 and May 2025 in Kampala. Detective Assistant Superintendent of Police Charles Twine's co-accused, Noah Mitala, has been further remanded to Luzira Government Prison till 14th July 2025. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nance.
The Equal Opportunities Commission has commended the government for prioritizing inclusive planning that addresses the diverse needs of all Ugandans. The Commission praised the gender and equity responsive budget across all ministries, departments and agencies as Uganda's 2025-26 national budget takes effect on the 1st of July. However, concerns still arise for some regions, particularly Karamoja, that experience extreme poverty and limited access to essential social services.
Uganda is working with a budget of 72.136 trillion for the financial year 2025-2026 to accelerate the monetization of the economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, science and technology, and enhanced market access. The Equal Opportunities Commission, members of parliament, and representatives from the private sector have engaged to ensure that special interest groups are included in the implementation of the national budget.
We know the commitment of Uganda, the tenfold, under the tenfold growth strategy. So Ugandans, it would be good for them to know what is in the national development plan for.
Chairperson Equal Opportunities Commission, Safia Nalejuko says marginalized groups have potential to contribute to Uganda's economic growth.
Gender and equity responsive planning and budgeting enhances the per capita income through developing interventions that uplift the incomes of the less earners for economic well-being, for their economic well-being and living standards.
In his keynote address, an economist, Dr. Fred Muhumuza, said the budget must align with the real needs of Ugandans.
You cannot have consultancy expenses of 600 billion. Who are those consultants? When I have already hired civil servants, are we creating opportunities that are equally available to all? And opportunities could even be just for the border right. You also need opportunities. So are there opportunities for that person who sells bogoya by the roadside? For that woman who has to walk back home?
Although the budget has strategic reforms to monetize the economy, transparency and accountability in its implementation are crucial.
We have regions, just like Professor Musa was saying, like Bukene, with the poverty levels of up to 51%, and you're giving them the same 100 million per parish. Now, if we are talking about eradicating inequalities, inequities, and balanced development, this does not help the people of those regions.
Government is looking at citizens, and for lack of a better word, as beggars, not as serious stakeholders. That is why you can roll out a very good program like PDM, but you not consult the stakeholders, who are going to be the prime beneficiaries.
Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Nabugude, UBC News.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Keep it with us.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Star 165 star 80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
You daughters on your rolling. Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Shop and pay with your FlexiPay. Cashback instant. It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Simply shop and pay with your FlexiPay at activating outlets and enjoy instant cashbacks. Terms and conditions apply. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda, and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million Uganda shillings.
UBC News Tonight. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. The Network for Youth Action Citizens has launched the Youth Climate Council Uganda Central Region platform to unite young people working in the climate space. We have details to this.
The Network of Action Citizens has started empowering young people to take action on climate change with the launch of the Youth Climate Council Uganda Central Region.
On the government to review that plan to include the voices of young people, to ensure that all the challenges they are facing in their communities are reflected in the strategies of Kampala, and that is how we shall resolve all the issues that are affecting young people, especially in the vulnerable communities, the ghettos.
This platform brings together young climate enthusiasts to advocate for climate policy and promote sustainable livelihood alternatives.
Our national consultation is a spin-off of different consultations that have been happening in the different areas of Uganda. We were in Nebi, we were in Soroti, we were in Western Uganda, Kasese, as well as a specific consultation with the Changwali refugee.
The council's efforts will make a meaningful impact, providing a joint platform for climate policy advocacy.
The youths in Uganda know these things are happening, but we need the knowledge on the NDCs. If you are evaluating the NDCs, we need to see the evaluation process happening. We need to know the knowledge you're collecting.
At the launch, participants explored innovative approaches to environmental conservation, including utilizing plastics for creative purposes and promoting green jobs. The council also emphasized the need for reasonable allocation of funding for climate infrastructure and support for youth-led climate initiatives.
And we also desire that there is that education gap, the literacy gaps, whereby communities that are underserved, communities in the ghettos are left behind because of lack of this knowledge on the green enterprises, lack of knowledge on the climate crisis. So if they are left behind, it will limit on the solutions that are towards the climate crisis. So we need to inform them, we need to integrate the knowledge into local languages that they can understand.
By flood and any other climate associated impact. But we look forward to see that the voice of the young people are also in connection with what the government is planning to do. We're in NDP4, and can we see that young people voices and innovations are involved in NDP4 as the year is starting?
As the climate crisis continues to affect communities across Uganda, the Youth Climate Council Uganda Central Region will promote sustainable livelihood alternatives to advocate for climate action. Robert Katamba, reporting for UBC News.
The leadership of the Uganda Scouts Association has protested a forceful and illegal seizure of their national headquarters at Kazi, Busukuma last week on the 24th of June. The National Scout Board, chaired by Senel Patrick, condemned the invasion, labeling it a direct assault on the rule of law and the values of scouting.
The break-in, allegedly orchestrated by a group identifying itself as the Boy Scouts of Uganda, was conducted without any court order or involvement of lawful officers.
We have not been served with any court papers. There has been no case whatsoever filed against us claiming ownership of that premises. And as such, since we have not been served with any court document, there has also not been any notice of eviction whatsoever. And also in an eviction, normally, an eviction is implemented by officers of court. And in Uganda, by practice, it's by bailiffs of the court. In this incident that happened on 24th, to the best of our knowledge, as we were informed, there was no officer of the court, There was no court document whatsoever shown to implement, and there was also no Uganda police to witness, because Uganda police is supposed to witness any eviction whatsoever from the premises.
The offices were vandalized, documents tampered with, and military police reportedly facilitated the unlawful entry.
So there's only one scout organization in a country. We cannot have Uganda Scouts Association and the Boy Scouts. So Boy Scouts doesn't exist. That is just authoritatively. And what we want to do is, wherever someone is concerned with the activities of Uganda Scout Association, address it to the leadership. But don't go and vandalize the properties of the Scouts. And we should not take our eyes off the youth. Now, if at all you begin breaking premises, how will the youth that you're supposed to train operate when they go out there?
Vice Chairperson Uganda Scouts Association Isaiah Sasaga, also a legislator, accused the perpetrators, some of whom are former officials, of plotting to sell Scouts' land.
Due to the misconduct they had, for example, selling of the Scouts' properties, including land, discontinued their services and they were suspended.
Despite being temporarily locked out, the Scouts leadership assured members that national activities remain uninterrupted.
They were being guarded by the military police led by the Inomugisha. The security gave them guarantee to enter the office, and as Scouts, for us we feel it was wrong, because these people did not have court order.
They vowed to pursue justice through legal channels, warning the imposter group that no amount of deception or force would hijack the legacy of Uganda's only recognized scouting body. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Assistant District Health Officer, Buvuma District, Muhammad Mukwaya, has urged government to increase the health budget for the district in order to cater for the high population. He says Buvuma District has a population of over 154,000 people, but has only 12 health facilities.
Buvuma District has 52 scattered islands with a population of over 154,200 people. However, the district has poor health care given the minimal budget allocated to health.
Babeera bawera bulungi nnyo, tukola ne ku nnamba ey'amakumi 60 antinente emu olunaku bwe luti. Kitegeeza nti okuzaala ekibakaluubiriza okufuna ennamba eyo yonna y'abo abajja okuzaala nga bwe tubafuna mu antinento entambula yaabwe. Entambula ebatawaanya abamu babeera eri ku bizinga, babeera eno ku lukalu batono. Kati ne tubanga mu mwezi tuzaalisa abakyala nga 50 oba 40.
Buvuma District also has high cases of malaria and hygiene-related diseases due to poor sanitation, with pit latrine coverage at 38%.
Singa abeerawo omuntu yenna alina obusobozi ng'asobola ddala abantu abali mu bizinesi ng'asobola okujja n'ateekawo tooyi ey'okusoloozaamu ssente, nabanga nga asobola okubanga akola ssente ate nabanga n'abantu baffe abayambako okusobola okubanga tebagenda mu nsiko omukweyamba.
Meanwhile, Area MP Robert Migadendugwa also urged government to improve the referral systems in Buvuma District. He calls upon government to create a special developmental program for fishing communities.
Mukuzimba atera amalwaliro ago tugambye nti nga bwe twapugradinga bwenzimba ate nwana enoonye ensimbi eza upgrading. So olwaleero we twogera nti kati kisoboka omuntu okuva mu kalwaliro akali mu Buvuma era n'awolezebwa ku Health Center for wava ne babeera referred to Lugazi oba Jinja.
Buvuma District has 4 main activities: fishing, tourism, lodging and subsistence agriculture. Joseph Chigozi Golola, Adia Nakuti, UBC News.
Mountains of the Moon Public University in Fort Portal has today launched the first PhD program in agroecological sciences, scheduled to commence in August 2025. This was during the 17th graduation ceremony presided over by the State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Chrysostom Muyingo.
The PhD program, with support from Ghent University in Belgium, will mainly focus on agriculture, food security and environmental sustainability, both within and globally.
The same program went through the accreditation rigor successfully. Indeed, this will provide a leverage for NMU to commence the journey in knowledge generation and transfer for solving real-life problems.
Professor Pas Achang, the Vice-Chancellor, Mountains of the Moon University, commended government for the endless financial support that has ensured academic progress at the university. The university has put focus on science, technology, economics, mathematics, and enhanced research.
I must admit that the gesture of government to support the university in financing our staff acquisition, out of a total staff establishment of 539, so far 315 staff have been recruited, and of these 152 are academics and 119 are administrative, plus 42 support staff.
Professor Edward Rugumayo, the University Chancellor, commended government through the leadership of President Yoweri Museveni for considering Rwenzori region with a public university that has seen many progress academically. Professor Rugumayo, however, asked for more government support in the completion of the university infrastructure for agriculture research that has stalled due to limited funds, and the construction of Fort Portal Saka Road that connects the communities to the university.
Hello, Minister. Having the desired view in faculty of agriculture and environmental sciences completed would enable the university to conduct its business successfully. If the request to complete the building can be honored, I shall remain indebted to you forever as our line minister.
The Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Jesse Muyingo, tasked the university to uphold integrity and invest more in technological studies for graduates to compete favorably in the job market.
Through our policies, we consistently prioritize enhancing access, improving the quality, and ensuring the relevance of university education, with the goal of equipping our youth with the knowledge and the necessary skills to propel socio-economic growth.
The minister committed government support in education at all levels to ensure the country's citizens acquire education.
The infrastructure development, inadequate resources you have today, and which has also been emphasized by the Chancellor. I want to assure you that you have the support of government, and we shall continue to support you, even in those areas you have pointed out.
231 graduated with certificates, diplomas, bachelor's and master's degrees in different fields, where 8 students emerged with first-class degrees.
In December 2020, Mohokia Temporary Internally Displaced Camp was established to shelter flood victims. Over 1,000 people from Maliba, Kasika, Charumba, Kinembe, Kanyangea, Karusandara and Nyambuko villages are still waiting for permanent resettlement.
Since occupying the camp, at least 8 people have died and were buried in borrowed graveyards far from their ancestral homes. Families hope to exhume and rebury their loved ones once resettled.
They shouldn't have been here. They would have been relocated long time ago if we didn't have the challenge with the land. The land that the office of the Prime Minister bought has some contention that they've been trying to handle and fix it. But now I want to expedite that process and look for option B, because we can't keep these people here. I have seen the situation of the women, I've seen the situation of the children.
Floods deprived residents from safe homes, clean water and health care.
But the main aim is we don't want them to be redundant in the camp. They should be able to produce their own food and even have some surplus.
Kasese District Principal Planner Alex Masereka confirms the crisis and says resettlement plans are ongoing.
Bureaucracy is decision making takes time, and I think that is the main reason why it is taking long. But it is already in plan that those people will be shifted either way.
Project Director Mwemaho says an agriculture officer is training the displaced in smart climate farming.
We were doing food reliefs in this camp, and I assure you there is no amount of food relief that can be enough for camp members. You've mentioned thousands. There are many households in this camp. So for us, we were looking at a sustainable solution.
Kawangzi Paul, Moses Muthabali, UBC.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Star 165 star 80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has released the 5,195 tablets to government high institutions of learning and cultural institutions to support learning and facilitate planning and evidence-based decision-making. The tablets were handed over to the institution's leaders by Dr. Chris Mukiza, the Executive Director, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, at the Statistics House in Kampala.
At least 5,195 tablets meant to support learning, research and data collection across learning institutions was officially handed over to cultural institutions and institutions of higher learning representatives, with a total of 3,025 tablets being handed over to higher institutions of learning.
We will be donating 1,000 tablets to Uganda Kingdom. We will be donating 550 tablets to Bunoro Kingdom. Mbogo University, 350 tablets. Kere University, they had asked for more. We are transferring 700 tablets using the PPDA Act to dispose the public assets by transferring to government entities and donating to non-government entities.
It means Uganda Bureau of Statistics has established a partnership with cultural leaders, including the Kingdom of Buganda, Bunoro, and the Kingdom of Busoga.
Statistical department which we created, it is so far in place with over 10 workers. What they are basically doing is to go underground, find this data which is needed. It is very vital in our budget making. For instance, of recent, we've read out our budget for Uganda Kingdom 2025-2026. During this budget creation, we found out that we have a lot of youth which need to be helped. So
representatives from cultural institutions applauded UBOS and said that this will improve their data collection.
You look at the youth in agriculture, the youth in sports, the youth in all circles, socio-economical. So that's why we emphasized our budget basing on the number of the youth. So it is very crucial if we get these tablets, we are going to use them to enlarge that project, such that we go ahead. If we are to build a resource center in Uganda, where are we focusing? We are focusing on how many youth came out of a particular year in the university, how many have jobs, what can Uganda do to help them?
Previously, the Uganda Bureau of Statistics had dispatched 23,000 tablets to different local governments to aid with their duties. Marion Awori and Mike Bakabulindi reporting for UBC.
The new secondary school curriculum emphasizes vocational training, equipping students with practical skills alongside academics. At Busika Muslim Secondary School, students are earning through hairdressing and plumbing.
Gone are the days when we used to be asked questions by our parents that what career are you longing for? Now the new curriculum exacerbates a vibrant purpose where it does not only focus on career development but also skill development, as you will take a look.
The transformative power of the new curriculum is now unmistakable. At Busika Muslim Secondary School, Namidimu Anna Sarah, a student, aspires to become a fashion designer. She started with a vocational course in hairdressing, which has nurtured her creativity to enable her to earn even before completing studies.
I didn't know anything in my head, and I joined hairdressing. It was hard for me. Outside there in my holidays, I get clients at home who want to paint, and because I have a skill and I'm educated, I get money from out of this, so it had helped me much.
Her counterpart ventured into plumbing. He believes that the fruits of his patience will justify the wait.
The vocation I do, it is called plumbing. Me myself, I'm called a plumber. I can really install some, like the showers and taps. I can install some water supplies. Right now I'm still in school. I've not yet got a chance to get any job of plumbing, but I know I'll get. I knew plumbing will take some time, but I know it's the right choice I have ever done.
Teachers affirm the value of the new curriculum, which gives students broader opportunities and diverse career paths.
We assume that as a school, we started this DIT project, that by the end of the senior 3, we award this student with a certificate. We are so blessed in this that even if this learner is to stop here, goes outside in the community, we'll be able to do a lot of things. Remember in the old curriculum, whereby if this learner fails senior 4, that was the end of the story. But nowadays, we have different vocations, such that even if a learner stops in senior 3, at least goes outside, there is something this learner can start from.
The director emphasizes inclusion of vocational training for many students who encounter barriers to conventional careers, making practical skills an essential lifeline.
The new curriculum is okay. At least it makes a student a bit active, unlike before. We used to spoon feed them. We could give them notes. We could give them all examples. But this time, it's the students to research first. A teacher gives in the topic for tomorrow, then students goes to the computer lab, they can go to the library and do enough research. It has made them a bit active, unlike before. Before they were lazy, they were just waiting to be spoon-fed. But now they look for notes, they do a lot of research.
I'm Bantu Machawe Semambo and Moses Kasibante for UBC News.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Are you an elite runner, a fitness enthusiast, or just looking for adventure? Get ready to run in paradise at the Fort Portal City Marathon on the 19th of July 2025. This is your race to experience the beauty and culture of our tourism city. It's all breathtaking for only 50,000 shillings. Register now at www.fortcitymarathon.com or come to Wazalendo Building, Room 9 in Fort Portal. The Fort Portal City Marathon, Mwija Tugende Toro, for a run in paradise. In partnership with Rock Telecom, Data Cities, Sons, and
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
And Toro Kingdom.
UBC News tonight. The Uganda Broadcasting Corporation will be up in arms to bring you updates of the upcoming CHAN tournament. Our sports teams have aligned a clear schedule for the prestigious tournament, as Doreen Malaika reports.
Uganda is set for an uphill task in the upcoming CHAN tournament after landing its group. Uganda's campaign will kick off with a stunning test against North African powerhouses Algeria on 4th August at Nambole Stadium. Others in this group are South Africa, Guinea and Niger. Captain Alan Okedo told UBC they can overcome the task at hand.
Tough one today, tough one. Been working so hard. Team has been working so hard. The unity is there, the togetherness is there. Everyone is willing to work. Everyone is willing to do and put in their best so that they deliver the best come when the tournament begins. So, yeah, at the moment, much of fitness and a lot of hard work. But process by process, we get in again tomorrow for another section.
The Grants began CHAN 2024 preparations last week and after a scheduled rest day on Sunday, resumed training this morning at Rosita Prison Grounds. Head coach Molebye Kwaso emphasized that the technical team is using every session to instill tactical awareness, discipline and the fighting spirit to compete on home ground.
We are not that much bad, and I think we're going to go on assessing them throughout the week. By the end of this week, we shall have known their condition, but I think they are not bad position. They are all in good shape, but we are trying just to make them to look a team. This is our important job.
Nabachiwi Doreen Malaika, UBC News.
That is all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Lokomwa with Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team. Wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the